Listen, panic is not an emotion, it's a confession. It tells the world, I don't understand what's happening and I'm about to lose. And the game loves panic. The game feeds on it. The game rewards the man who stays still while everyone else shakes. When you understand the game, you don't panic. You calculate. You don't beg for clarity. You create it. You don't demand fairness. You exploit patterns. Because once you see the rules, people actually play by status, leverage, fear, attention, your heart stops racing. Not because you're fearless, because you're informed. Most men don't lose because they're weak. They lose because they misread the room. They think a smile is respect. They think a promise is loyalty. They think silence is peace. And then reality hits. Hard, public, humiliating. But you're here for a different operating system. The Machiavellian mindset. You will learn to watch without flinching. To hear insults without reacting. To feel pressure without leaking it. You will become the man who looks calm, not because life is soft, but because your mind is armed. Here's the first truth. The world is not random. It's repetitive. People repeat themselves. Power repeats itself. Betrayal repeats itself. The only reason it surprises you is because you wanted to believe you were the exception. Once you accept that humans run on the same old codes, ego, insecurity, hunger for control, your anxiety drops because you stop taking things personally. You start taking notes. So let me give you a phrase that builds steel in your chest, a phrase that reminds you who you are becoming. If you're ready to play at a higher level, comment this now. I see the board. Comment it like a vow, not for me, for you. Because the moment you see the board, you stop being a piece. And understand this, the loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. The most powerful person is the one who can wait. The one who can watch two people destroy themselves and still keep his hands clean. Panic makes you loud. Panic makes you explain. Panic makes you chase closure. But the game doesn't respect explanations. It respects outcomes. In the next part, I'll show you the first move of untouchable men, how they read danger early before it speaks, and why most people only recognize a threat when it's already inside their life. Number 2. Read the room before it speaks. Danger rarely announces itself with a gun. It arrives as a compliment that feels too eager. A new friend who asks too many questions. A boss who suddenly checks in after ignoring you for months. The game warns you early, but most men are addicted to comfort, so they call the warning overthinking. That is how you get played. Untouchable men don't wait for proof. They watch for patterns, because patterns are truth before evidence. The smile that disappears when you win. The silence after you set a boundary. The joke that tests how much disrespect you will swallow. These are not small moments. These are scouting missions. Here is the rule. People reveal their intentions in the way they handle your strength. If your growth makes them colder, they were never on your side. If your success makes them rush to humble you, they fear your rise. If your calm makes them louder, they need chaos to control you, so you don't react. You file it. You don't confront. You reposition. Confrontation is what emotional men do when they want relief. Strategy is what disciplined men do when they want control. Watch the room when you enter. Who looks away first? Who performs for attention? Who tries to dominate the air? The game is being played even when nobody speaks, and the man who reads it first decides the outcome before the argument even starts. You will learn to hear what isn't said. When someone says, "I'm just being honest," translate it, "I want to say something cruel without consequences." When someone says, "You've changed," translate it, "You stopped being easy to use." When someone says, "Trust me," too quickly, translate it, "I need access." This isn't paranoia, this is precision. Paranoia imagines enemies. Precision identifies leverage. Your calm is your weapon, because calm makes you see clearly, and clarity makes you dangerous. And remember, the game punishes the man who explains his instincts. It rewards the man who moves early and leaves no fingerprints. Comment, "I see the trap." Number 3. When you understand the game, pressure stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like information. Most men panic because they think chaos means loss. In reality, chaos is where leverage hides. This is the Machiavellian mindset. Stay calm, stay observant, stay ahead. While others rush to speak, you listen. While others demand reassurance, you collect data. This is how power psychology works in the real world. Every crisis exposes hierarchy. Every delay reveals intention. Every emotional reaction hands control to someone else. You don't win by being louder. You win by being clearer. The game rewards the man who can sit inside uncertainty without bleeding confidence. This is why calm under pressure is not a personality trait. It is a trained advantage. When tension rises, ask yourself, who benefits if I react? Usually, it isn't you. So you slow down. You let others reveal themselves. The impatient expose fear. The talkative expose strategy. The aggressive expose weakness. Meanwhile, you are invisible but present. This is the position of real control. Machiavelli is about teaching you to dominate outcomes without advertising intent. When people can't read you, they can't predict you. And when they can't predict you, they can't trap you. This is why masters of power look relaxed when others break. They already saw the move coming. They already calculated the cost. They already accepted what must be done. Emotional men hope situations improve. Strategic men decide how they will benefit. That difference defines winners and spectators. If you want to become untouchable, stop asking why things happen and start asking how to use them. Power is never accidental. It is built by those who understand timing, silence, and nerve. The calm man always arrives early and leaves clean. This is your edge, your discipline, your protection in a ruthless world that respects composure more than excuses. Comment below, I move in silence to seal this mindset and claim control over your reactions, decisions, and future. Remember this lesson every time pressure tests you. Calm is not weakness, it is dominance. The game bends toward those who refuse to rush, refuse to explain, and refuse to panic. That is how legends are built, quietly, deliberately, without witnesses, while everyone else is busy reacting. Train this daily, apply it everywhere, and watch how quickly fear disappears from your decisions forever. Stay sharp, stay cold, stay ahead, always. Machiavelli remembers winners. Number 4. Control is never taken by force first. It is taken by perception. The man who understands the game knows this. Whoever controls the frame controls the outcome. Most people fight events. Strategic men shape interpretation. They decide what a moment means before others even realize meaning is being assigned. This is dark psychology at its cleanest. When something goes wrong, emotional men rush to defend themselves. They explain, they justify, they overtalk, and by doing that, they accept a weaker position. You don't. You stay still. You let the noise burn itself out. Silence creates imbalance. Imbalance forces mistakes. This is why calm men are terrifying. They don't argue with reality. They let reality expose everyone else. When pressure hits, you don't ask how to escape it. You ask how to use it. Stress reveals character. Deadlines reveal competence. Conflict reveals hierarchy. The game is constantly ranking people, even when no one admits it. If you panic, you rank yourself low. If you remain composed, you rise without effort. This is why Machiavellian power is quiet. It doesn't announce dominance. It allows others to feel it. You become the reference point, the one people look at when things fall apart, the one they measure themselves against. That is real authority. You build it by never reacting emotionally in public, by never chasing validation, by never needing immediate resolution. The longer you can hold uncertainty, the more options appear. Others feel rushed. You feel patient. Others feel watched. You feel informed. And information is power when combined with restraint. Remember this, explanations are for equals. Silence is for those above the situation. When you stop explaining, people start guessing, and guessing weakens them. They project fears onto your calm. They reveal intentions trying to read you. This is the hidden advantage of stoic discipline. You don't dominate by attacking. You dominate by not needing to. The game bends toward those who can wait without anxiety and act without hesitation. This is how you become untouchable in a world addicted to reactions. Lock this principle in your mind and carry it everywhere. Comment, I control the frame. Number 5. The greatest advantage you will ever build is emotional insulation. When you understand the game, other people's moods stop controlling your nervous system. Their anger doesn't speed you up. Their approval doesn't slow you down. Their chaos doesn't enter you. This is where most men fail. They believe strength is dominance. Real strength is independence from emotional contagion. Dark psychology teaches this clearly. Whoever can trigger your emotions can steer your decisions. So the first layer of power is not intimidation, it is self-regulation. When someone disrespects you, they are often fishing for a reaction to measure your limits. When someone flatters you, they are testing access. When someone creates urgency, they are trying to rush your judgment. The calm man ruins all 3 strategies at once. He does not reward provocation. He does not get drunk on praise. He does not hurry without leverage. This is Machiavellian control in its pure form. You become unreadable. And unreadable men are difficult to manipulate. People fear what they cannot predict. They hesitate around it. They miscalculate it. And that hesitation gives you space to move. Most people live exposed. Their face reveals everything. Their tone leaks intention. Their body reacts before their mind does. You will not live like that. You will become sealed. Calm is not passivity. Calm is compression. It is stored force. It is the ability to wait without weakening. When you do speak, your words land heavier because they are rare. When you do move, it looks decisive because it was prepared in silence. This is why the game rewards restraint. Loud men spend energy constantly proving themselves. Quiet men let outcomes speak, and outcomes are the only language power respects. Understand this deeply. The person who loses emotional control loses positional control. The person who stays composed can choose when to engage and when to withdraw. That choice is freedom. That freedom is dominance. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be effective, and effectiveness comes from emotional discipline applied consistently over time. Build this, and panic disappears permanently. You no longer fear surprises because you trust your response. You no longer fear pressure because you know how to use it. This is how untouchable men are made. Comment, I stay insulated. Number 6. Timing is the invisible weapon most men never learn to use. They think speed is power. They think urgency equals importance. They think acting first means winning. That belief is why they lose. When you understand the game, you realize that timing decides everything long before talent, effort, or intention ever does. A move made too early exposes you. A move made too late buries you. The calm man waits for alignment. He lets conditions ripen. He allows others to reveal their hands while he keeps his closed. This is not hesitation. This is dominance through patience. In power psychology, the person who can delay gratification controls the exchange. The impatient man trades leverage for relief. He wants closure. He wants certainty. He wants to feel safe. And in chasing that feeling, he hands over power. You don't. You let discomfort sit. You let tension stretch. You let silence do the work. Silence pressures weak minds. They fill it with mistakes. They over-explain. They contradict themselves. They escalate emotionally. Meanwhile, you are collecting advantage. This is why stoic men look slow to fools and inevitable to those who understand. They are not late. They are precise. The game respects precision more than speed. When you speak too early, you reveal intent. When you act too fast, you remove mystery. Mystery is leverage. Mystery forces others to react to you instead of the other way around. This is how Machiavellian strategy operates in real life, not theory. You don't rush to defend your reputation. You let time expose truth. You don't chase opportunities aggressively. You position yourself so they come looking for you. You don't correct people immediately. You allow them to commit fully to their error. Then you move once, cleanly, decisively. And when you do, It looks effortless because no one saw the preparation. This is why panic disappears when you understand timing. Panic is the fear of missing out. The calm man knows nothing important escapes him. If it is meant for him, it will still be there when he is ready. If it disappears because he didn't rush, it was never leverage, only noise. The game rewards men who move last, not first. The final move defines the outcome. Learn to wait without anxiety. Learn to act without announcement. Learn to let others exhaust themselves while you conserve strength. This is how you stay ahead without burning out. This is how you remain untouchable in environments designed to pressure you into mistakes. Lock this in. Comment, I move when it's time. Number 7. The final mistake weak men make is believing the game ends. It doesn't. Power is not a destination. It is a state you maintain. The moment you relax your awareness, someone else steps into the gap. This is why understanding the game is not about paranoia, it is about consistency. You do not scan for threats because you are afraid. You scan because vigilance keeps you calm. Calm comes from preparedness. Prepared men don't panic. They adjust. Every environment has its own rules. What works in one room fails in another. Social power, professional power, and psychological power all operate on different currencies. But the principle is the same. Whoever adapts fastest without emotional disturbance controls the situation. The untouchable man is not rigid, he is fluid. He changes masks without losing identity. He can be silent without appearing weak. He can speak without revealing motive. He can withdraw without surrendering position. This is advanced Machiavellian discipline. Most people confuse authenticity with exposure. They overshare, they confess, they explain themselves into irrelevance. You don't. You understand that privacy is power. The less people know about your inner world, the less they can influence it. This is why dark psychology emphasizes boundaries over bravado. You don't need to dominate conversations. You need to dominate outcomes. And outcomes favor the man who preserves optionality. Keep multiple paths open. Never tie your identity to one role, one person, or one result. Dependency is the enemy of composure. When you need nothing urgently, nothing can rush you. When nothing can rush you, panic has no entry point. This is how you move through chaos untouched. The world can shake, markets can crash, people can betray, plans can collapse, and still you remain centered. Because your strength is internal, portable, and disciplined. You don't rely on circumstances to feel stable. You rely on systems you've built inside your mind. This is why Machiavelli is not motivation. It is preparation. You are training to operate under pressure without leaking weakness. You are learning to think 3 moves ahead while others are still reacting to the first. This is the difference between spectators and architects. Lock this mindset into your daily life. Comment, I stay ahead. Number 8. The reason most people panic is simple. They confuse identity with outcome. When something fails, they feel personally threatened. When someone challenges them, they feel exposed. This emotional fusion is the crack where pressure enters. When you understand the game, you separate who you are from what is happening. Events become data, not verdicts. Loss becomes feedback, not humiliation. This single shift turns chaos into clarity. Power psychology teaches that the man who internalizes outcomes becomes fragile. The man who analyzes outcomes becomes lethal. You do not collapse when plans break. You recalibrate. You do not lash out when disrespected. You note the source, the timing, the intention. Emotional men defend their ego. Strategic men protect their position. That distinction defines survival in competitive environments. The game constantly tests whether you are reactive or deliberate. People will provoke you publicly to see if you unravel. They will doubt you subtly to see if you overcompensate. They will create urgency to see if you abandon standards. Each test is an invitation to panic or a chance to ascend. You choose the second. Detachment is not coldness. It is clarity without distortion. When you are detached, you can walk away without resentment and engage without attachment. This makes you unpredictable in the best way. Others cannot manipulate what you are not emotionally invested in. This is why true stoicism feels threatening to insecure people. Your calm reflects their chaos. Your restraint highlights their lack of discipline, and instead of matching their energy, you let the contrast speak. Over time, this positions you as the steady axis in unstable systems. People look to you for direction because you don't break under pressure. This is how authority emerges naturally, not by demanding respect, but by embodying reliability. When others spiral, you remain grounded. When others rush, you slow down. When others react, you observe. That contrast builds trust, fear, and admiration all at once. And remember this, the game favors those who can lose without losing themselves. You may take hits, you may miscalculate, you may step into traps occasionally, but you will never panic. Because panic belongs to men whose identity is fragile. Yours is fortified. Anchor this lesson deeply. Comment, I am detached. Number 9. The highest level of the game is this. You stop needing certainty to move. Most men panic because they want guarantees. They want to know how things will end before they begin. They want safety before commitment. That need makes them predictable, slow, and easy to manipulate. When you understand the game, you accept uncertainty as a permanent condition, and instead of fearing it, you weaponize it. Power psychology is clear on this point. The man who can operate without reassurance controls the field. You don't wait for perfect timing. You create functional timing. You don't wait for full information. You move with enough. While others freeze, you advance. While others hesitate, you reposition. This is why decisive men dominate environments filled with overthinkers. The game does not reward the smartest man. It rewards the man who can decide under pressure without emotional collapse. You build this by training your mind to act on probabilities, not hopes. Hope is passive. Probability is strategic. You measure risk calmly. You accept loss without drama. You commit fully once you decide. This removes panic entirely. Panic comes from divided minds, when part of you wants to move and part of you wants to hide. Untouchable men are aligned. When they move clean. When they stop completely. No second guessing, no emotional leakage. This level of internal coherence makes you formidable. People feel it when they interact with you. They sense you are not desperate for outcomes, and that alone shifts the power balance. Desperation repels respect. Composure attracts it. This is why the game bends toward men who appear self-contained. You don't broadcast plans, you don't announce intentions, you don't threaten, you simply execute. And execution without noise terrifies competitors. They never know when you will move or how far ahead you already are. This is how you stay untouchable in competitive spaces, relationships, business, and life. You become comfortable acting without applause. You become comfortable being misunderstood temporarily. You become comfortable letting results speak later. Most people seek validation before action. You accept isolation before dominance. That is the trade. And it is worth it, because once you reach this level, panic becomes irrelevant. Fear still exists, but it no longer commands you. Doubt still appears, but it no longer stops you. Pressure still comes, but it sharpens instead of crushing. This is mastery. This is Machiavelli. Lock it in. Comment, I decide without fear. Number 10. This is where the transformation locks in. When you truly understand the game, you no longer need external stability to feel grounded. Your calm is no longer conditional. It doesn't depend on money, approval, outcomes, or timing. It comes from mastery. And mastery makes you dangerous in a world addicted to reaction. Most people live at the mercy of circumstances. Their mood rises and falls with results. Their confidence inflates and collapses with opinions. Their sense of control is borrowed, fragile, temporary. Yours will not be. You are building an internal command center, a place where pressure is processed, not feared, where chaos is observed, not absorbed, where fear is acknowledged, then overridden. This is the final layer of untouchable psychology. You stop asking life to be predictable. You become predictable to yourself. Your standards don't shift under stress. Your values don't collapse under temptation. Your discipline doesn't disappear when no one is watching. This is why panic has no grip on you anymore. Panic only controls men who don't trust themselves. You do. You know that whatever happens, you will respond intelligently. You will not beg. You will not rush. You will not explain yourself into weakness. You will assess, adapt, and act quietly, cleanly, decisively. This is the Machiavellian edge most people never develop. They want power without responsibility, confidence without competence, control without discipline. That fantasy keeps them reactive. You chose a different path. You chose preparation over comfort, awareness over illusion, strategy over emotion. And because of that, you move differently now. People feel it. They can't name it, but they sense you are not easily shaken, that you don't need their approval, that you don't fear temporary loss, that you are playing a longer game. This alone changes how they treat you. Respect grows where panic dies. Authority emerges where composure is consistent. And over time, opportunities shift toward you because you are reliable under pressure. This is not motivation. This is conditioning. The conditioning of a man who understands how power actually works. Carry this into every room, every conversation, every decision. Let others rush. Let others react. Let others explain. You will watch, wait, and move when it matters. That is how you stay ahead, permanently. If this mindset sharpened you, support Machiavelli by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications so you never miss what others are too distracted to learn. And before you go, comment this final phrase to seal it. I never panic, I calculate.